All right, guys. So I'm here in Long Beach at this marketplace. It's a super small marketplace, but very, very cute. This is my first time exhibiting outdoors, and I must say I've learned a lot from this. One, you got to watch out for the wind because the wind will get you. And that woman's umbrella over there, like literally blew over and almost knocked over somebody's whole table. So anytime I feel the wind coming on strong, I definitely grab the umbrella really quickly. And then another thing is that I had to actually tape down my pricing signs. Normally I put them on these little mini easel things. This time I had to tape them down to the display stands because they were literally blowing away. So, lesson learned. Also, too, even like knowing how to maneuver the umbrella so that the sun is protecting at the right angle. Definitely a lot to learn. This location, unfortunately, doesn't allow canopies, which would be a lot easier. Well, not for setting it up, but at least for protecting your stuff from the sun and the wind. But it's still really cute. It's super small, and there's only six vendors, so not a lot of competition. So, as you can see, I have the umbrella way down. I might have to get some sandbags also just for extra protection because although the wind is strong today, it could have been stronger. So lucky a little bit. And then there's the umbrella protecting me. So yeah, it's literally hosted right in front of this coffee shop called Wolf's Brew. The tree is blocking the sign above. Um, they are in partnership with the people who host it. And then yeah, it's just literally cars parked all there. And yeah, so new experience for me. I already had one sale, so yeah, super exciting. Another thing you'll notice is normally I take these bags out and I line up everything I need for packing an order along here, but because the wind is so strong, I've kept a lot in this bag, and then just the stuff that I had something to weigh it down with, I've, put a few things there, but everything is staying in here, like all the boxes and everything are staying in here. In case you're wondering what this little device is here, this is my hotspot that I bought because I didn't want to use my phone. And then I have a card reader, Shopify card reader, so that it connects directly to my Shopify store when I get a sale. Some other things, so of course I have my jewelry care guide there, my welcome card, and then your free polishing cloth is in there. Of course, everything's being weighed down so that the wind doesn't blow it away. Another thing is that I was once again late. I have to really work on that. Oh gosh, I'm always late. It's so bad. So, but I was less late than other times. I was only 20 minutes past the start time, which is better than previous times where I was like an hour past the start time. So I got here maybe 30 minutes before it started, and then it took me, I didn't finish setting up until 20 minutes after. So about 50 minutes to set up, almost an hour. But one thing I did though was I did pack the jewelry in these little cubby drawers ahead of time. Normally I put them in the cubby drawers once I get here, but because I packed it in advance, it made it easier because I just put the inventory under each of the display stands. Another thing you'll also notice is that this is my small table setup after the big debacle of accidentally buying a super large 8-foot table. This is like the little mini version I settled on, which seems to be working out pretty well. The only thing was that I was not able to use most of the risers because of the wind blowing things over. It blew it over the first time I had the riser up, so it's just directly on the table. So you'll notice the only riser I have is this one, but there's no riser under these ones, which I normally have a riser underneath all of the displays, so that to give it some different levels and things like that. But that's all good. All right, guys, so this event was a flop. It's now a couple of days later.
I had to take a second to think about this one, to breathe, because, you know, it looked like it was gonna be good, but then it was the complete opposite. I tricked myself because I got one sale at the very beginning of the market event, and I thought that was gonna be a sign that it was gonna be good. But then I did not get any more sales after that. So that is pretty disappointing, to say the least. So that was a flop. I think I know why though. So this is another lesson I'm learning. If you watch my previous video about my second vendor market pop-up, you'll hear one of the other lessons learned. My list of lessons is growing. And the lesson here is that make sure the market you choose actually has people walking through it. Because, oh my gosh, it's so funny because in the video you see me say, oh, there's only 6 vendors here. 6 vendors, so not a lot of competition. And so less competition, yay! No, that was indicative of less traffic. There was like maybe 15 people who walked through our 6 tables the whole day, or not the whole day, the 3 hours it was, but still, it was like nobody. And what's interesting is that almost no one got any sales. So in the words of Misery Loving Company, sounds terrible, but I actually was one of the only people who got a sale. So where my table was sitting, like the angle at which I was sitting, you could see everything, right? The other 5 tables, I could see when people looked at their tables, I could see if somebody was buying or, you know, that transaction moment. Nobody got any sales until the very end when one other table got sales. It was like clothing. It was cute clothing too. So just me and her got sales. So that just tells you how bad this market was. The fact that only 2 of us got any sales at all in those 3 hours of sitting there. Wow. I mean, luckily the fee was super cheap. It was only 35 bucks. So the one sale made me cover my rent, but still you want to do well. And you know what too? I think I'm spoiled because the very first market I did, which if you watch that video, I'll put a screenshot here so you can see exactly what video it was. That market pop-up was my first market pop-up, and it made me so spoiled that it set this high expectation for every single event. That first event, if I'm being honest, I'm just gonna say the truth, I made $2,000. So I, you know, was thinking, okay, no, I knew it wouldn't always be that, but I thought it would still be better than what I just experienced. So anyway, so yeah, this event wasn't good. I don't expect every event to be through the roof, but I still expect more than one sale at least. I still expect people to actually walk by the tables. What's interesting though is that the event was actually in front of a coffee shop. So you would think that all the people going to get their lattes and cold brews would be the traffic, but none of them walked through the actual tables. They would just zoom in. It was literally like people who were like typically urgently needing their coffee. You could just tell the look on their face. You know when you can see people and they're just kind of walking like this, and you just know, don't bother saying hi to them. They need to get their caffeine fix first before they're even awake. So that's how everyone was just going straight in and then coming out and going to their car. So anyway, lesson learned. Sometimes when you go to a vendor pop-up and there's only a few of you, that is a sign that there's only a few customers also. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying though. I'm not gonna let that discourage me. One of the things that I learned, especially from the first pop-up I went to, after speaking to my vendor neighbors, was that you're gonna experience so many duds. You're gonna experience times where you just have no sales at all. And they were just like, whatever you do, don't give up. Do not give up. Keep going, because you're gonna hit the jackpot at some event. So I'm not gonna let that deter me. I'm gonna use that as a learning lesson. and just keep learning, right? And then eventually I'll know which types of pop-ups are best for me and which ones are not worth my time. And then we'll just go from there. So yeah, oh my gosh, sorry. I'm just noticing the jewelry looks great. This is my new design, by the way. It's not even on the website yet. I'm gonna put it up soon, which is why I actually just bought a new camera, which you guys will see in another video. I'm gonna unbox that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or if you want to share any funny vendor stories also, or duds that you experienced, put it in the comments below. And yeah, we're in this together. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for your support. I've been getting some really sweet comments, so I really appreciate that. I love getting, you know, those nice compliments. I'm so appreciative. It makes me feel so good, and it makes me feel like, you know, I'm doing the right thing. And so I really want to thank all of you guys for your the new viewers for leaving these sweet comments. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you like this video and give it a big thumbs up, and of course, keep being magic. Bye.